Back in 2007, Toyota and Subaru had a meeting and decided working together might work out okay. Toyota had shares off GM in Subaru and thought, maybe we could do something fun together. It's been a while since we produced a fun car. They knew Subaru had the fantastic flat 4 Boxer engine and they wanted to do something with it. So after several years of meetings and underpowered 120 brake horsepower engines, they came up with the 2-litre Boxer engine and put it in the Subaru BRZ and the Toyota GT86. Now, Subaru did have slight concerns over the direct injection system, but they overcame that, and today we are with that very same Toyota GT86. Now, the 2017 model has been slightly improved with better suspension and a slightly different look. However, it's not available yet as a basic demonstrator for people to drive. So what we have for you today is something rather special. It's the beefed up version of the 2016 Toyota GT86. Definitely know you're in a sporty car. The seats are extremely figure hugging and really close up against your midriff here. It's fantastic. I love the feel of this car. The handbrake is where it should be, right next to the driver, so you can give it a nice little tug if you want to get around a corner quickly. The steering wheel is not huge, it's not tiny, it's perfectly sized, nice soft leather, and it feels really comfortable. But the best thing about it is that when you drop it down a gear, it's got a fantastic little rasp. The steering is extremely precise. It's very well put together, and the suspension, although quite low, it's not extremely hard. It's actually pretty soft, but hard enough to get you around a corner properly. It's great. They've really done well with this. I love that little rasp when you put your foot down. It sounds brilliant. 6-speed manual transmission, and you've got, of course, your traction control button that you can turn off. Not so sure whether we should do it. With 197 brake horsepower, this has got 151 pounds-foot of torque, which is exactly what the manufacturers wanted to achieve. They didn't want a car that was crazy fast, but one that was quite fast. One that was sporty, but most of all, fun to drive. Now, this has the tyres from a Toyota Prius, so they're quite thin, but it doesn't matter that you've only got 200 or so brake horsepower. It's extremely fun if you know what you're doing in the corners. Now by that I mean you can put your foot down, the traction control off, and it will definitely step out. So being a rear-wheel drive, front-engined mini rocket, the back does kick out, like I said. Now, although the engine and gearbox setup in this car, the 2016 model, is the same for the 2017 model, for 2017 they have saw fit to improve the handling. They've improved the shocks and they've increased the size of the rear anti-roll bar, which means it sits on the road a little bit better. They've also improved the rigidity in the body, so it's a little bit stronger. Also for the 2017 model, they've fitted a track mode, which this car doesn't actually have. So you can put it in track mode and have a little bit more fun. However, you can still take the traction control off and you can still have plenty of fun in this one. For this and the 2017 model, you get a choice of a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic. However, with the manual, it does 0 to 62 in 7.6 seconds. The automatic does it 0.6 of a second slower. Now, looking into it, the gearing for the automatic is a little bit longer, so it takes you a bit longer to get up to 62. But let's be honest, if you've got this kind of car, why would you choose an automatic? Now, prices for the 2017 GT86 manual start at £26,410 or £27,500 for the manual Pro, which means you get that nifty little subtle spoiler and the Alcantara stroke leather seats, heated seats and suede trim along the side, whereas prices start at £27,960 for the automatic or £29,160 for the automatic Pro. Now, for an automatic that is slower to 62 and more expensive, why would you bother? I'll tell you why. Because the automatic has 164 CO2s, whereas the manual has 180. And for the automatic, they have a claimed 39.8 miles per gallon, whereas the manual has a claimed 36.2. So I guess that's your reason for buying an automatic. But whatever you choose, there's one thing to be certain. You're going to have a bloody good time driving it. Now, something that's slightly different inside for the 2017 model is that you get a 4.2-inch display on the instrument cluster telling you about your G and your lap times and stopwatch. You also get a 6.1-inch monitor in the middle. This one still has a monitor, but you basically get general data, which is not a great deal, to be honest, and the ability to attach Bluetooth, telephone and audio to. One thing that's different between this and the 2017 model is this one has the massive spoiler on the back, whereas the 2017 one has the subtle spoiler. They've still got the LED lights, but the 2017 model has gone for a beefier look on the body. You don't get this body kit, you get something that's slightly different. But to be honest, I think I prefer this front end. It's still quite a big car. It's more than 4 meters long, 1.3 meters high and 1.7 meters wide. Now, where the 2017 comes with 17-inch wheels, this one has 18-inch wheels. Now, you could be fooled into thinking that this body kit and these wheels are an aftermarket thing, but it's not. It's an option from the factory, and I think that's pretty cool. Now, remember, being a Toyota, you still get your 5 years warranty, your 12 months roadside assistance, the 12-year corrosion warranty and the 3-year paint and rust protection. But with all that aside, what you get is a very sporty, awesome looking Toyota GT86. I want one. And if I didn't have my Mustang, I'd have one. So what about this actual car? Well, being a 2016, it is for sale and can be yours for just £21,495. Now, you could wait for the 2017 model, or you could go for this one. And I'll be honest, I prefer the look of this. So for me, I'd take this. So that brings us to the end of this episode of Motors for the Masses. Thank you very much for watching. Please tune in next time when we'll be back with some more cars and with another episode of our news. Until then, please drive carefully, but have fun. Bye bye.